Hey, Malignant Polo. Um, it's me, Wayman29, and I just want to come on and say that I left the comments and I wanted to make a video explaining the correct context where I was coming from, and I wasn't going berserko and yelling at you there, but I think that there's a huge misunderstanding, and like you say, there is no clear division between what is allegory and what is not, because the text as a whole was used in both ways many times, even by Judaism, which is amazing. Even Judaism could not agree on what the literature actually was trying to do, and it was so abstract sometimes, and they used it in multi different ways, and it was all used to enhance the idea of Torah. So a lot of the text were taken. Some views literal, some views were not. Some were used as historical fiction to explain certain points of Torah. And what I found really surprising, I'm agnostic, and I'm really into stuff like Joseph Campbell and things like that, anthropology. I really love studying world religion, and I really respect the literature a whole lot. And I do not condone hijacking the literature for our own causes, trying to make it into a science and all that. That's not religion's business. The religion's business is to build the metaphor and some kind of create some kind of abstract meaning to people's lives and fulfillment. To me, I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it kind of like dance, art, things like that, where you can't explain these things, and so these abstract expressionisms, when trying to relate it to other people, need to come out in different forms. So let me read out of the Kamesh. This is the Stones Edition Kamesh, and this is the Torah. It's the Hebrew Torah, and it's what the Rebbe's use for commentaries. And I was really surprised at what they said here. Right on the first page, we begin the study of the Torah with the realization that the Torah is not a history book, but the charter of man's mission in the universe. So, this is a fairly new modern translation, but they use a lot of ancient and Middle Age Rebbe's and commentators in this. So you get an overall view, and what's amazing is, even where Judaism did not agree, they would put it in, the ruling in or the saying in, as a minority opinion, just in case they happened to be right, or they were found to be right later as things progressed. Because a lot of times they said, well, we don't know everything right now, when we didn't know, so as things progress, we can understand the different things using Pesher and other kinds of interpretations to see where it leads. And since the texts were so multifunctional, there's multi-meanings of words and word puns and sayings and word usage that could, one means can mean one way in English and another way in English, and all depends on those interpretations. Even going from Greek to Hebrew, there's like 4 or 5, maybe even more Hebrew words that could possibly mean for one Greek word. So it's really tough, and I think that taking it from the theological perspective of light without the sun, it's pretty interesting. I plan on doing a longer video on that to give some thoughts on that. But initially, I just wanted to do this video to say where I was coming from in my comments, that I wasn't yelling at you and going berserko. But you bring up some very interesting issues that people have been dealing with for a long time. And actually, ever since the fundamentalist movement took hold in America, you had these issues coming up, way back in the Scopes monkey trial and things like that. So it's very interesting, and I plan on doing a video on the Hebrew view of what Judaism says about the creation of light. So hopefully I'll get that done a little bit later. But take care, friends. Remember, if everybody was thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.